Dayne Brajkovich has got a sense of humour.
Picture paints 1,000 words, so we'll let the picture do the talking. WA's favourite Smales jewellery model turned Adventure World ambassador has proved he can see the funny side of life.
You better hope he
Well,
does.
he's rocked up to court on Monday to face the music over an incident last year in Cloverdale. Brajkovich allegedly used a knife and a metal baseball bat to intimidate tenants at his property during an argument over bond money. Dayne previously told the court that yes, he did have a knife in his hand, but that was because he was placing it outside to ensure nobody got hurt.
Be careful, because I nicked myself the other day.
I don't know, I'm kind of scared.
And yes, he did have a baseball bat, but he didn't keep it as a weapon, using it instead to hit a ball to his dog. In his latest appearance at Perth Magistrates Court, Dayne wore a t-shirt that had a picture of gold bars and the words, "You can keep your silver."
Yeah, I don't think that's off the rack.
It's a custom-designed reference to an ABC investigation into the Perth Mint. The documentary included footage of Dayne lining up at the Mint to buy $27,000 worth of gold halfway through last year.
What does a bikie do with $27,000 worth of
Apparently
gold?
melts it down and puts it on his fingers. Seriously, it looks like Goldmember threw up on this guy.
I love gold!
Dayne bought the gold at a time when the Mint was at the centre of a trade controversy with WA's biggest export market.
China.
The bullion the Mint sold to the Shanghai Gold Exchange a year earlier had been diluted with silver, in a practice known in the industry as doping.
The Mint says that happens very rarely.
I say that if you're using slang for a particular procedure, said procedure is probably more prevalent than you're making out.
I never said that. You may have heard it, I may have thought it, and it may be true, but I never said it.
Regardless, when a bikie's making quite clever political satire about an issue, then you know you've got a reputational problem.
Maybe you should ask him to help with the show.
Well, he's got a swastika on his chin, so there are clearly limits to his comic side. Not that swastikas are a moral line in the sand for some people, it seems. Nick Goiran has just come out in support of a Victorian MP who's just been suspended from the Liberal Party for 9 months. She was benched because she spoke at a rally which, depending on your point of view, was either anti-trans rights or pro-women's rights. Nick will say we can't gag a politician from attending events like the Let Women Speak rally in Melbourne 2 weeks ago. And he might be right, there's genuine confusion and concern in the community about males who transition to females competing in sport and attending women's bathroom. They're overblown concerns, mind, but they're still there. I personally think we're more likely to get the right answers from scientists, doctors and psychologists than from an angry mob, but hey, this is a democracy.
The problem wasn't so much that Moira Deeming went to a rally.
It was the fact that the rally had been organised by a woman who has some history with neo-Nazis, and it was attended by neo-Nazis. I don't think Nick Goiran has sympathy for the Third Reich. That's preposterous, and I don't think Moira does either. I'm giving Moira the benefit of the doubt there and assuming she didn't know about British activist Kellie-Jay Keen's flirtation with the extreme right, which means Moira hasn't read much. And I'm assuming she didn't see the Nazi salutes out the front of the Victorian Parliament, which means her eyesight needs checking.
My glasses.
Because if she did, then she should not have been suspended from the Liberal Party, she should have been expelled.
And from Australia.
Quite right. Point is, Nick should have kept his trap shut. But he couldn't help himself because the man persistently places often dubious moral principle above political reality. He's one of the sharpest minds in Parliament. He must have known that supporting Deeming would be gleefully misconstrued as an endorsement of Adolf's view of the world.
That's not good.
Mate, when your party's been kicked out of the mainland and yokels in Tasmania are the only ones who support you, it means some of your views are out of kilter with mainstream Australia, so just shut the up. Mark McGowan reckons the Blue Bloods should follow Labor's lead and find electoral success by listening to different views, and then doing whatever Mark McGowan wants.
You won't find Dayne's top funny.
No, it's just a storm in a f***ing t-shirt though. I'm Ben Harvey. For more Up Late, click the subscribe button below.